everybody. Welcome to another video of English where we're going to be looking now specifically at 11 informal expressions and phrasal verbs that you might hear or even use in English. So it's very important for you to detect these type of expressions and for you to know them, especially so you can understand them in different situations or different contexts. And of course, this type of language is informal. You would never use it in a professional, formal setting. You would use it maybe with your friends, or you may hear some people in the street talking like this, right? But this is more like street language, right? Vernacular language, right? Okay, so we're gonna get into it. The first word is hustle. Now, hustle is a word which basically means a person or someone that does something, that does an activity with the objective or the intention of acquiring or getting money. So you do something to get money, you hustle, right? Hustle comes from when they tell you like hustle, like hurry up, right? Like do it, like hustle, like you need to do activities to get money, right? When you work, you can say that's hustling. It could also be said for illegal things, or when you do any type of activity that gets you money, you're hustling, right? Basically, when you sell things. Now, the explanation is to work hard, especially in a determined and energetic manner, to achieve one's goal or to make money, right? So that's the explanation. And the example could be, she's always hustling to make ends meet, working 2 jobs and freelancing on the side, right? So you have all of these activities, all of these jobs. You can also have gigs. Gigs are activities also that get you money, but they come more from like concerts. Like if you want to become a famous musician, you may do a gig, which is a concert, like at a bar or a restaurant, right? Get a little bit of money, get a little bit of notoriety or fame, right? So you have gigs and you have jobs and you have activities, so you're hustling, right? Now a question for you is, when was the last time you were hustling, right? Or you were trying to work to make ends meet? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Now the second one is a phrasal verb. It's go hard. Now go hard can be said for things that are very magnificent. So you may say, oh, that movie goes hard, which means that movie's really good, right? Or that food goes hard, right? But you can also go hard, which would mean to also do like a hard activity, right? And you could say, you go hard, you work a lot, right? You go hard. Or I'm going hard this weekend because I have to do all of these activities. Or I went to a party and I drank a lot and I went hard, right? So you could use go hard in these type of situations. The explanation means to put in maximum effort or intensity into something, often used in the context of work, sports, or partying, right? So you could also say like, oh, that player in the match, in the game, went hard. He's the best, right? Or he did really good in that game. An example, we need to go hard on this project if we want to meet the deadline, right? So you need to go hard, which means you need to put in the effort, dedication, time, determination, right? So a question for you is, do you go hard? So let me know in the comments if you ever go hard when you need to, when you have to do a big project or when you have a lot of work, right? Okay, number 3, straight from the dome. Now, straight from the dome means that it basically comes directly from your head, right? The dome, kind of like in Spanish, when they say maceta, right? Like me pegué la maceta, like I hit my pot, right? Which would translate into English as a pot, right? Where you put a plant, that's a maceta. In English, you could say the dome. Now the dome is like a big sphere or half spherical unit, which could be for like a stadium, the dome or in a building, the big dome. In this case, the dome refers to your head. And the explanation is this phrase refers to something that is improvised or spoken off the top of one's head without prior planning or preparation, right? So I don't know if you have ever seen rappers rap a cappella without music and without preparation, freestyling, and they freestyle every rhyme and everything they say is straight from the dome, right? So in this case, it also refers to something spontaneous that you do without planning. So you could say, straight from the dome, tell me a story, right? So it's like just on spot, spontaneously, right? Example, he didn't prepare his speech. It was all straight from the dome, but surprisingly, it was really good, right? So a lot of students will also do this when they don't prepare and they need to do the presentation straight from the dome. Some of them are good, but some of them are not, right? So in this case, it's not being prepared for something and basically just saying it off the top of your head, right? Give me a number off the top of your head. 65, right? Just straight from the dome, right? So let me know in the comments, have you ever said anything straight from the dome? Okay, let's go into number 4. Number 4, I really like it. You're out of line. You're out of line is an expression that we hear sometimes in, actually this one's in very formal settings, and it's when someone is being too much, right? They're basically trespassing, or they're going over limits, boundaries, right? Like if you are talking to your boss and maybe you start to question your boss, like, but why? I don't agree with that. And then your boss can say, you're out of line, right? Which means you're overstepping. This is not good for you, right? You're gonna get in trouble. So the explanation is this is used to tell someone that their behavior or actions are inappropriate, crossing a boundary, or disrespectful, right? An example, when he made that comment about her weight, I told him, hey, you're out of line. And typically you will hear people say this like in a snap, right? Like, hey, you're out of line, right? So a question for you, have you ever seen someone or heard someone get out of line, and what did you do? Let me know in the comments. Okay, number 5, give it a shot. Give it a shot. I think you can kind of make out what this means. It basically means to try something out, right? Like give it a shot, do it. What's the worst that can happen? Go talk to that girl, give it a shot, right? So the explanation here is this means to try something even if success is uncertain, right? So you go ahead and you try it out and we'll see what happens, right? Maybe you won't succeed, but at least you tried, right? Hey, at least you tried. So an example, I've never played tennis before, but I'll give it a shot, right? I'll try it out. I'll see what comes of it. So let me know, have you ever given something a shot? Or have you ever not given something a shot because you were afraid of failing? Let me know in the comments. Okay, now the 6th one is bottom line. The bottom line refers to something that is the most important aspect or the conclusion of a situation. Now, let me give you an example. The bottom line is we need to increase sales to stay in business, to stay afloat, right? So the bottom line reminds me of WWF or WWE. I don't know if you guys have ever watched wrestling, but Stone Cold Steve Austin in WWE would say, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so, right? Kind of funny. But in this case, it refers to the conclusion, the basic elemental objective or thing that you want to get to, right? The bottom line is we need more money. The bottom line is you need to be here on time, right? Like out of all of these other things that we're discussing, that we're talking about, the conclusive remark is this, right? This is the bottom line. So let me know what's the bottom line for you, or what has been something that you have told someone before that was your bottom line, which is the conclusive remark, right? Okay, let's go with number 7. Number 7 is bite the bullet. Now, bite the bullet means to endure a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage or with bravery, right? In this case, it literally refers to biting the bullet. So a bullet is, like a bala, like something that's going in you, and you bite it, right? So it means that you stop it. In this case, you are enduring, right? You're withstanding a difficult or a bad situation, right? Example, I have to bite the bullet and tell my boss I made a mistake, right? So you just have to face the consequences. Let me know when was the last time you had to bite the bullet, and what did you do about it? All right, let's go now with number 8. Hit the hay. Hit the hay is a very informal expression which basically refers to going to sleep, right? So the explanation means to go to bed or to go to sleep. And an example of this can be, I'm exhausted. I think it's time to hit the hay, right? I think it's time for me to go to sleep, to hit the hay. So let me know, at what time do you normally hit the hay at night? All right, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's go with number 9, break the ice. I like this joke where you're in a situation where nobody's talking, everything is tense, and you say penguin, right? And people are like, what? And you say, oh, that's just something to break the ice, right? So break the ice means to initiate conversation or to make a situation less awkward, right? For example, playing a game helped to break the ice at the party, right? So if everyone's like, kind of not talking, things are awkward, it's silent, and someone has to do something to break the ice, right? Like, hey, how are you, right? Like anything. So let me know, what do you do to break the ice when things are awkward or uncomfortable? Let me know in the comments. Okay, number 10, on the same page. So to be on the same page, kind of like a book, or let's say two people are reading a manual, and you say, hey, we need to get on the same page. We need to read the same thing so we can both understand each other, right? This basically means to be in agreement or understanding about something. Sometimes people are not on the same page and there are disagreements, misunderstandings, miscommunication, because they're not reading, it's a metaphor, it's not real, but it's like they're not reading the same thing. They're not understanding or talking about the same thing, right? So an example could be, we need to make sure everyone is on the same page before we start the project, right? Very important to get everyone on the same page before you start to do something, right? So everybody understands their assignments, everybody understands their functions, their activities. Okay, now that everybody's on the same page, get to work, right? Okay, and a question for you, what do you do when you're not on the same page with somebody? Let me know in the comments. Okay, and the last one, jump on the wagon or jump on the bandwagon. So this means to join or support something that is currently popular or successful, right? So this is like if everyone's talking about the latest iPhone, oh, the iPhone 26 is so good, right? And I just bought it and this other person bought it. And then you say, well, I need to jump on the bandwagon, right? I need to buy one too. So I can, be on the same level or the same, financial status as everybody else. So an explanation, this means to join or support something. Yes, I already said it. That is currently popular or successful. And an example, many companies are jumping on the bandwagon of sustainability initiatives. Yes. So right now, like something that is very popular or successful, or popular at least, is our green initiatives, right? Like this plastic bottle is recyclable, right? Or this company donates so much of its money to green initiatives, right? So let me know, what was the last thing you jumped on the bandwagon for? All right. So there you go, guys. You have some of these 11 somewhat informal, others a little bit formal English phrasal verbs and expressions. Let me know how you're going to use them, or if you've heard them before, and I will see you in the next video, okay? So have a good day. Bye.